to Golf in the Cosmos, where physics meets the fairway and the universe takes a swing at your mind. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, we've had a busy few weeks here, and the last few weeks we've been doing the betting odds, the PGA bets, and I really love our website. I go on there every week to check our odds of certain players, and it's a good tool.
Yeah, it's been fun. The pod's kind of changed with the PGA Tour kind of getting into the full swing.
Yeah,
they're kind of on the West Coast swing right now. And
well, there's now news. Before it was purely golf, like our game, because that's all we had to talk about. But now there's pros playing every week, and it's pretty fun to see the storylines unfold.
Yeah, and I've noticed in our, we play a Survivor League where you have to take, it's a one and done. So once you take a player, then that player's gone.
Yep.
But I'm in the top 10. I mean, I've been doing better because we've been paying attention.
Yeah, we've been definitely thinking about who we're picking, and it's not just the Wednesday night, oh crap, I have to make a pick tonight, so I better just grab someone random. So it's nice. It's a really good way to focus in on who's performing. I think you made a great pick this week based on the results of today.
Ryo Hisatune.
Yeah, dude. He's been on fire. I mean, he's been at the top of leaderboards for the last, I think, 3 weeks. He's been around. I can't remember what he finished last week, but he was up there until the very end. And I think that's potentially why the odds weren't necessarily in his favor, just because he hasn't closed yet.
Yeah, so the Aeon Swing 5 is really what I think is the sneaker bet here, but it's the top 5 FedEx point earners not already exempt, keyword not already exempt from the swings of full field events leading up to each signature event.
Wow.
So that to me is like an algorithm hack. It's catching the guys who are getting the most points who aren't already exempt.
Yep.
And it's like, that's actually who's playing well. Right?
Yeah, they're the guys who are going to have really good value for how well they're playing.
Certainly. I mean, if we were playing with our weekend, group of 8 or 10, and someone all of a sudden started doing good, it's like they're going to probably, something's going on.
Especially in a handicap game, like they're going to win because the odds of them beating their handicap are much higher than others.
Yeah. So the Aeon Next 10 and the Aeon Swing 10, I think that's a big focus point, for bettors out there to focus on, right? I mean, that's doing the work for you, right?
Who's on that list right now?
Let's see. I would have to look that up, but this just explained what it was. But
is that not it on the right there?
That's the Pebble Beach. That's just the
leaderboard.
But I'll tell you one thing: Hisatune is on the Swing 5.
He's on the Aeon 5, top 5, and he's in the lead.
Yeah.
Does he have a 2-stroke lead over someone who shot 8 under?
1 stroke over Sam Burns, but I don't see Sam Burns holding on.
Yeah.
The 5 golfers who secured events of the next 2 signature events are Pierce Sincuti, Ryo Hisatune, Jake Knapp, Matt McCarty, and Patrick Rogers.
Wow.
There's your 5.
And Jake Knapp's at 6 under alongside Spieth.
I mean, these were all great bets.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely... They're the guys who have a chance without even a question.
And the value is like too good, man. I mean...
Yeah, to pick to win, for sure.
Rio, if you took him early on the right book, I mean, that was paying like, 200 to 1 or something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like 20 plus 20,000.
Yeah.
I think he was like near the end of our PGA Bets website.
Well, he was in like the 20. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So relatively, I mean, but they're going to pay you well if you're calling a winner.
Yep.
And it's not Scotty.
Yep.
And in this case, McIlroy's back. So that it's really interesting to see him back on the PGA Tour. We all knew he was coming back, but it was just a matter of, he had to play out his events on the DP.
Yep.
And then now he's back.
I think it's a clever warm up for European players is like, hey, start your season out on the DP and find your groove, play the courses and the countries you grew up on, and then come and start the PGA Tour, and then get to the Masters really well prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just funny, though, that because we've been doing the pods about these tournaments, we've been paying such close attention that we're noticing players that other people just aren't noticing, you know?
Right.
I mean, we're really getting some...
Yeah, I think we make a winner, a top 5, and a top 10 bet. And last week I was the only person to hit with the top 5, and I really love that bet. Moving forward, thinking like, you know, picking top 5 is hard. I picked Nicolai Højgaard.
You were sweating that on Sunday, right?
He was, you know, one shot away from top 5, and he birdied 17 with a pretty sick putt. But I was sitting there being like, man, if he doesn't birdie 17, he's not going to be top 5. And that's how close that bet was from missing. So it's like, it's a hard bet that has good value on Kalshi or whatever you want to pick it on. And I just think it's definitely like it's really hard to pick the winner. Like a lot of K-Con and Miller picked Matsuyama, and he just couldn't close.
Talk about having a chance. I mean,
yeah, he was in the lead pretty much the whole time.
Went to the playoff.
Yeah, went to the playoff and took driver on 18.
Wait, I want to hear your take on that.
Yeah, so I watched the final round very closely.
So he's up 1.
Yeah, I think he's 18. No, sorry, he's 17 under.
Got her
up in the clubhouse at 16.
So he knows he's 1 up.
Yeah, and Scheffler was in the clubhouse at 15, but you could hear in his post-round interview, he's like, you know, I think I'm going to be a shot or a few short.
Yeah.
And it was true. He definitely has an eye for the game, obviously. But Goddard gets in at 16. Matsuyama's on the 18th tee with a 1-shot lead.
Yep.
Takes driver off the tee. Doesn't make sense to me because he's not hitting his driver well. I think he hit like 40 to 50% of fairways the whole week. So he's not performing well there.
Wow.
And the hole's not that long. I think he's taking driver to take the water out of play, essentially, to say, I can carry the water. And even if I miss left, I'll go in the bunker. But so he gets in the bunker and like thins his relatively easy gap wedge or something out of the bunker, hits the church pew, and ends up short, ends up bogeying, going to the playoff.
To even get a bogey from that, it's kind of amazing, actually.
Yeah. And then I understand the driver in the playoff because Goddard puts it in a perfect spot. And there's really, you know, you kind of have to birdie to win a playoff. Goddard ends up birdieing, not even letting Matsuyama hit his putt for par.
It was like the worst playoff you could ask for him from his perspective.
Yeah. But I just think the mistake was made on the 18th hole when Matsuyama doesn't take 3-wood, 3-iron, anything that puts him in the fairway to then hit the green, knowing he can hit the green from 175 and in. He didn't need 90 yards.
You just shouldn't bogey the last hole when you have a lead.
No.
And you shouldn't do it by going the wrong club, you know, off the tee. I get it. Like, you got to keep the pedal on the metal, but
it just didn't make sense. It only made sense to say, I'm going to carry the water with the driver and not have to deal with maybe going in the water if I pull my 3-wood.
Right.
But let's say the 3-wood is, you know, substantially easier to hit and maybe just miss right and be okay with that, like, and still make par. But he just... It's so sad to see because he had that 1-shot lead.
Oh, I mean,
with nobody behind him, he's in the final group. So
I mean, Miller and K-Con's picks were that close to.
They were so close
to hitting
a 40-1 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that would have really helped their season.
But it was huge for me because I picked Højgaard top 5, and they picked Matsuyama to win. So I needed Matsuyama to lose in reality. So it's a good thing for me. But
no, it all pans out at the end. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, but we've all been sitting here where I am on a Thursday. I've been here so many times. Your guy's in the lead. He had the low round of the day. I do think Hisatune might be a little different than that, you know. But we've all been here where your guy's winning and you're going, I'm good. We're going to win. And it's like, dude, they're not even in the top 10 at the end, right? There's so much golf to be played.
Yeah, it's really, when it comes down to Sunday, Like, even if he's tied for the lead going into the day, anything can happen. You can make one double and shoot yourself out of the tournament, essentially. So it's a long 4 days.
There's a lot of golf left.
Yep.
To be making your calls on a Thursday, but it's looking, part of me is like, I am happy that we've been focusing so much on the tour, because it's like, now all of a sudden I have the guy in the lead. Oh my God.
Yeah. It makes it a lot more fun to watch.
And the craziest, in our league of like 30 people, I'm the only guy that took him.
That was crazy.
I thought someone else would have been onto that. Like,
not in a signature event. You think that Aon Top 5, even if they're there, it's a signature event with Scotty, McIlroy, Cantley, all of these big names that...
The Aon Swing 5.
Yeah, the Aon Swing 5. And I just think that even when you see those guys trending, when they're going against these big names, like, okay, on Sunday, is Hisatune going to close? And it's hard to say yes right away.
Yeah. No, it is. But from his past performance that he's been, like I also like Siwoo Kim. My cousin messaged me last week that he really likes Siwoo Kim, and I'm like, dude, I totally agree. Like, but I already used him in my one and done.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to but that would be my pick too.
Right.
Like he's sitting in a good spot. What's funny is what is he even in right now? Did he drop down? -5. God, he was like -5 after 5 holes.
Wow.
So what the hell happened to that scorecard? Yeah. Good God, it's not going to show me a scorecard.
Did he play Pebble? Does it say what he played?
This doesn't say. I'm pretty sure he was on Pebble, but Hisatune, I believe, was on Spyglass, so that might make a difference too. But geez, I mean, to shoot 10 under there is impressive.
Yeah, but my top 5 pick this week was Henley, and I just think
that's nice.
It's had decent odds and feels like a good pick for top 5. And he's, I think, at -7 or something.
Tied for 11th, -6.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad at all. I mean, that's where you want to be. Like, the fact is, there's just 3 rounds to go.
It's like the winner is most likely going to come from that group at -6.
Yeah, yes and no.
I mean we'll know after tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll know after tomorrow because the 2 courses they play.
That's the only difference. So, yeah.
I don't really know.
That makes it so hard to bet when they play different courses. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, they're going to... Yeah. One guy has, like, more par 5s or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. They're both...
What's the hole at Spyglass that you were telling me about?
Oh, I think it's number 4.
The green is insane.
Yeah, because I think number 1 is a par 5. Number 2 is like this dogleg right par 4. And then I can't remember if there's a par 3 and then the par 4, but the green...
But there's a green that is the longest green of them all.
It's like 60 yards long, and it's about as small as a Mesa Linda green.
Yeah, it's not very wide.
And it has a huge slope in the middle. Potter's Putting on Instagram shared a video of it, and it's just crazy. It's like the tiniest skinny green. I think when I played there, I 6-putted.
Actually?
Yeah, actually, like I hit the fairway, hit the green, and then like 4 or 5 putted. Because it went down the slope, or I can't remember.
Wow.
But yeah, that green scared me.
So you can't mess up that approach.
No, you have to
below the hole,
or on the right tier. Like, it's a huge...
Well, that's what they're saying about these ocean courses, is like, it's all about being below the hole. Below the hole. Like,
makes sense, because if they get fast at all, which they're rolling probably pretty well right now, I think
there's no way you can go under par if you're not below the hole.
Yeah, and so you're really being strategic on approach shots, which kind of makes me think of this round today, where I feel like you figured out your approach shots where you're actually thinking about where you want to end up, not just like pin seeking.
Yeah.
Where you're actually...
Yeah, so we played 9 today. We did a handicap bet. On Monday, we did the OG match straight up, and that was on the shorter course at Costa Mesa, Mesa Linda, and I lost by 1. That was $100 that I'm down now. But the OG match, that's going to become a thing now, I think. That was a really good... It's on YouTube. You can check it out, the OG match, Golf in the Cosmos YouTube. It's getting a lot of views right now, so check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah. It was a great little match. I mean, there was a little bit of drama when you almost hit those guys and didn't yell 4.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Yeah.
It was just one of those that even usually I know exactly how far things are going to go, but then this 9-iron carried like 190 yards, and I just didn't expect it to get the flyer.
God.
And
you didn't even yell for it.
I didn't even think of yelling for it. I was like, no, I took the club that won't get there, and then it bounces over the guy. That was crazy.
But that's a good watch though. If you guys haven't seen it, the OG match on Golf in the Cosmos. So I think that's a new series that we'll do, just me versus you.
Yeah, when we play 9 holes, it's just great.
I think it has to be Mesa Linda.
I think so,
because that's the course I could beat you at.
Yeah, Lagos is with the 3 par 5s. I think I have a bit too much of an advantage from the same tee box.
3 par 5s, that's true. Yeah, well, and today we played Lagos 9 handicap bet. We didn't film it. We were just playing it just to get us juiced up for the pod a little bit. And then we both, or I shot my hand. Yeah, we tied on handicap, of course. I was 6 over, you were 1 over.
Yep.
It's a really nice 1 over, man. That was fun to watch, because watching you bogey the first hole, like hit that tree.
Yeah.
To be able to kind of hold on from there.
Yeah, it came down to my chipping, and it really, like, we kind of figured something out when we played Mesa Linda on Monday, where the greens were firm, and so like you'd have to hit these soft shots that had really light grip. And so I started applying that to almost every chip, and it just really helped me gauge the carry distance and know that I was going to land softly. And because of that, I had to chip quite a bit today, and I went up and down, I think, probably every time.
Yeah.
So it was a big learning lesson that when the greens aren't like soft in the morning, you really have to let that ball release off your hands, and then it releases on the green in quite a nice way.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've learned I need to play with you. Like, even if I go to another course, I need to make sure that I have a time booked for you too.
Yeah, right.
Because it really does help me. And you can see on the video on the OG match, like we have some good mental conversations that keeps me in, in the game. And when I'm not playing with you, I don't get that. And I start to lose it, man. Like,
yeah. I think the more you can play against yourself, the better, because that eliminates whoever you're playing against. Like both rounds on Monday and today, playing with you, it's like I'm watching you, but I'm not trying to play against you. And it's more of a just play my game, hit the shots that I'm trying to hit, sticking to a pre-shot routine, but not really like being so competitive, even when we're tied through 5 holes or something like that.
Oh, and I would agree. I'm not either.
Yeah.
Like, just because of our history.
But I feel like when we play with the other guys, like, we start competing.
Yeah, it gets a little too tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, like, I'm going to beat you, and it becomes like a pride thing, where between us, it's definitely that's removed.
Right. We just kind of go, what's going to play out in the cosmos here? Yep. And like who's connected more? Yeah,
who's gonna find the stroke, right? Because it's like such a subtle game where you have moments where you like feel like you know what you're doing, and if you lean into that when you know what you're doing, you can really kind of score well. Yeah. No, I mean, for me, it gave me just some more go-to. Like, I guess I'm hitting more go-to shots. Yeah, you're it seems like you're deciding, I'm going to hit this shot. I'm just more decisive. Yeah. If anything, like I'm making decisions better, and I'm more decisive in general. Because I think the worst thing is going into a shot semi-decisive. That's exactly right. That's why before, I've made this mistake before, where you're over the ball, you're looking at your target, and you're going, okay, now I'm going to hit this shot. Where when I'm playing well or playing decently, before I even grab the club, I look at the lie. We kind of talked about this today, but look at the lie and look at the environment, right? And the environment includes how far the hole is, checking your rangefinder, the wind conditions, like you take it all in. And that's that zooming out we've talked about before, where you're really just becoming this thing that's receiving signals of wind, air temperature, like you're just feeling it. And then you make your decision about what kind of shot you want to hit. And then you go to your toolbox. You don't grab your club, and you pointed this out, like it's not number equals club at all. Like it's much more what situation am I in, and what is the goal, and then working backwards to decide your club.
Oh, I think it is such a fallacy. I think the worst thing people can do is go, 130 pitching wedge. Oh, what is it? Because you have your little gun, or you're looking at your little cart thing. 152. All right, 9-iron. It's like, did you even think about the lie or the wind
or where you want the ball to actually end up?
Right. Or yeah, because you're gunning it to the pin
because it has a reflector, or your rangefinder can hit the pin. So that's what you measure. You measure the bunker.
Yeah. So we just always go for pins, and then it's 152. So hand me the 9, and it starts to get kind of out of control where you're hitting. You end up hitting the wrong club so much.
Yeah.
And then you start to lose your, all of your feel.
Well, you
have no feel anymore. You're like, I am a mathematical equation of if it's this number, I hit this club. It's like, what about the lie? What about where do you actually want it to land?
Exactly. Yeah. What you lose is the problem solving.
Do you want to be below the hole?
Yeah.
Obviously not.
Yeah.
You're just hitting a number, and that was what was crazy on 6. I gunned it. It was like 142. I had a pitch. But the craziest was the other guy goes, "Who's up?" He's like, I'm like, I'll go. So then I was like, shit, I got to hit. Like, and I'm standing over it and I go, this is not a pitching wedge. Like there's a little bit of wind and you don't want to go past the hole at all. But that doesn't mean don't go 9. So then I put it back, grab my 9.
Yeah, I was walking to go find my ball at that time, but I had no idea.
It was one of the most amazing experiences of my life to go back. A guy, I know that he's waiting on me, and I go, I don't give a shit.
Right.
And also, there's a fat wait at the next hole too on 7. So
no rush.
Don't really care. But I go back and I go, you know what? No, I'd rather just take a little off a 9. And I didn't even take anything off the 9, realistically.
Yeah.
The wind actually, because it was left to right, it killed a lot of that shot.
Yep.
So when it got air, it did actually kill it to the point where the 9 just landed perfectly short on the green. The pitching wedge would have not made it.
Never.
Or I would have had to hit like an amazing, weird, skull.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other way a pitching wedge makes it there unless I skull it. And it's like, dude, you shouldn't go up to the ball attempting a skull. Like, no. I'm sorry, but like that would not raise your odds of like doing well. Like,
no, not at all.
Like, yeah, I get it. You can be thin to win. Sometimes you get lucky, but I went 9, and it was just so nice to close the door and make the birdie too.
That was sick.
So I was like, God, that it just reinforces that, you know what, just because it's 142 doesn't, that usually is a pitching wedge for me. But I went 9 this time because there was like a heavy crosswind.
And it was uphill if you really think about it.
Yeah, it was like plus 3% or something. Yeah.
So there was no reason for you not to go 9. And I think what that proved was that you were out there problem solving.
Right.
And that's potentially what happens when we play with each other, is like we're much more playful and less thinking about the outcome. Right. Like, oh, I'm going to make birdie if I hit pitching wedge because I can pump it and get it all the way there. But it's really, really hard for, I'm sure a lot of listeners go, well, 142, I hit a pitching wedge 142. It's like, yeah, no, so do I. But it's like, but not this time. Yeah.
It's like, the lie, the look, like you got to add a bit of feel to and that means that you could go up or down a club. And even when I was 90 out, instead of going 56, I went 50 and hit more of a cutty, floppy shot.
Yeah.
And it was much more accurate. And it's like, dude, you could be more creative. Like, there's not a one size. It's just because golf is not a flat driving range.
Yeah.
So it's like you can be a little more creative with these numbers. And I feel like people are so committed to this number equals this club. And it's like, well, yeah, on the range, but this isn't the range.
No, nor is there no wind out there. So like today we had a pretty strong breeze, and it really made us think a little bit more about what we're actually doing out there.
And also, guess what? Because of the hills, there's wind at the beginning or the end.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy because it's like, okay, if you're going to fly it and then at the end it goes high, and then the wind hits there.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, there's a lot of factors on when you're dropping into valleys and stuff.
You're right.
And there's wind. It's like you may need to go 9 because the wind hits up there. So it's like at the end, it's like,
yeah.
But it's like you don't feel it there, or you feel, or on the next hole 7.
Yeah.
I went to little club.
Yeah.
Because I'm going, there's so much wind helping.
Yep.
And then it's helping, but then it's like,
but the valley
at the end,
lowers like where the air pressure is, and like
and at the end it just dies. I go,
Yeah.
wait, what's happening to this ball? And it's like, no, you should have gone 6 iron.
Yeah, I think what was interesting is you were choosing the right club up to hole 7, and then after hole 7 you made a couple poor club decisions.
Yeah.
Because you were probably hopped on the other side of the line where you're now thinking too much about what club.
Right.
Rather than responding, it was more of a, I'm making this decision and I'm in control. It wasn't like a, let me observe my environment and then make the decision with feel. It was, you were trying to be decisive in a mathematical way, which is the same problem as someone going 142 that's pitching wedge.
Right. Yeah,
So,
going, I have to, because this wind, I have to do this.
Exactly.
It's like, dude, why don't you feel it out a little more, man? Like,
Yeah.
why don't you look at the flag's not flapping?
Well,
so
on
there,
7,
so it's like,
you got to go first because you birdied 7, or birdied 6, and so I'm sitting there. I haven't touched a club in my bag.
Yeah, you're going, I need to watch this.
I watch you hit it. You go short, and it just confirmed what I was going to do.
What I should have been doing is watching the guys in front of us too.
That's a good option, but who knows if they can hit the ball?
Still, yeah, true.
I mean, if they don't hit a good shot, then it wasn't worth
but
watching.
I could gauge that and then see how the wind.
Yeah,
to a degree.
But it's more so you've been playing in this wind. You knew what was happening.
Yeah,
you knew it was
you could
strong.
gauge me pretty well on that. Yeah,
but like to
When
make
I'm
the decision
short.
to hit 7, I had that thought as well.
Yeah,
I go, maybe I could pump a 7 200 yards with this wind. I watched you hit your shot and it was short, and that just confirmed. But even before that, I was in between 6 and 7. Didn't touch a club though. I didn't just like grab my 7 and 6 or 6 and think this is the club. I was waiting until I'm ready to hit my shot to feel the wind at that exact moment.
Yeah.
And so after you hit, yours went short. The wind was kind of dying. I'm sitting there going, yeah, the 6 isn't going to go 220. Like I'm also going to try to hit a cut here, so it's really not going to go 220.
Yeah.
And long is fine at that hole. So
relative, like somewhat long, yeah.
Compared to short, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll try to hit a cut 6 iron towards the pin, and it just went straight to the left side, and I ended up parring.
Yep, sure did.
But to kind of show the difference, you made the decision based on preconceived ideas about the wind.
Correct.
Rather than sitting there and being like, okay, the flag isn't blowing that much. I don't feel that much wind right now.
And you got to see mine.
Yeah, and I got to respond to a ball in flight.
But that's well played, because it's like, okay, you lost a stroke, but then you used that opportunity because I had honors. You used that opportunity to gain information.
Yeah.
Instead of, so the worst thing you can do is, if you don't have honors, the worst thing you can do is already pick your club. It's like, dude, why not at least watch?
Yeah, in conditions like that, for sure.
Yeah, if there's any wind, it's like, keep an eye on it. Watch people, and it's, But how did you know that I was hitting you didn't know what I was hitting though?
I didn't, but when it was short,
tell,
and
you're like, okay, the 6 is fine, yeah, for you.
Well, I just knew, and then I think you did tell me before I even hit. I can't remember. I think you may have told me. You were like,
idiot.
damn, I should have gone 6 or something. But even so, when you were short, I go, I'm going to take the longer club. Like, it almost didn't matter if you told me or not, and maybe you didn't. But it was because I was in between that and you were short, I go, well, if he's short, he probably took the shorter club.
Yeah.
And I should be fine with a 6. There's no problem.
Yeah.
So.
No, that was interesting, because I was 1 back going into that hole. I was 2 over, you were 1 over, and then I was 2 back. Then I go on to double, and again, wrong club choice on the next hole. So I end up 6 over on the 9. He ends up 1 over on the 9.
Yeah, it really happened just at the end there.
Yeah, which is, that's golf.
Yep.
Right. Like, I mean, that's the beauty.
All you had to do is probably get through that hole 7 with the. Well, you ended up making bogey, which that pretty much guaranteed I couldn't win over the next 2 holes.
True. I held the tie.
It was like
I thought I was gonna. I mean, you thought I was gonna win once I got that close.
Until you made double on the next one with the 3-putt, when you should have just said, "All I need to do is 2-putt this, and then I can bogey."
I don't know if that putt was 2-puttable. I mean,
I think it was if you hit it a little softer. You hit it just enough speed to give you a 6-footer coming back.
Oh my God, it almost went in. You know.
Yeah, that was close.
All right, I want to talk about the hole in one by Shipley at the
last week.
Yeah. No, what's on the sim? On the TGL. Thank you. Yeah. So he made a hole in one on TGL on Monday, and I guess it was the first one ever. I guess TGL hasn't been around that long. But I don't know. There's been a lot of interesting takes on it. I deleted a tweet. I was kind of harsh on it at first. I think I may have just been a little bit out of my mind. But I don't. I mean, I'll say it now. But I mean, I think that I just wonder how much. I don't know. It's hard when they make such a big deal about a hole in one on a sim. It makes me wonder. But then I thought about it more. I'm like, okay, no, a sim could have a mathematical equation for like there's a hole in an area, and if the ball crosses that hole, that's called a hole in one. You know. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a physics-based game, and it's pretty easy to code that physics.
Okay, but here's my.
Yeah, what's your problem with it?
Okay, my problem is. Okay. TGL ratings might be down, and some guy goes
give him the hole in one,
presses a couple buttons only because this isn't real, because it's a sim.
Yeah.
Can you change something to help someone? Because it was the backspin he got, it was an interesting shot to watch, but like, all I'm saying is it possible that there's someone that runs the program that could raise the odds of a hole in one, or be like, if it lands here, then it definitely go. If it hits the backstop, we're gonna make it go in no matter what. Like,
I mean, the answer is yes. You can mess with the slope of the green, but
no, not the slope, but like with the it's gonna go in the hole.
Could you pre-code it? I don't think so.
You could definitely say if it lands here,
I mean, you could.
We're gonna backspin it into the hole.
You definitely could.
So that it looks less believable that we bullshitted it.
But would they do that? No. I don't believe it's not that hard to get a hole in one on a sim. Like it's
okay. Have you ever played Golden Tee?
Yeah.
And you've seen they play the replays of like hole in ones.
Right.
So that's not rigged, right?
Right. I think it's the same thing. It's the
same thing. It's just you happen to hit it in the right spot at the right wind at the right.
I mean. Spieth today holed out with like a wedge or something, and it's like, what are the odds of that happening? They're very low.
Well, one of the best bets that I saw on ESPN, some like random day show where they give like takes, was like no hole in one because of the wind. So I don't think there was one today. So we're still good on that. But I didn't take it, but I wish I did, because this was the best weather today.
Right.
That's going to get much worse on Sundays. Apparently horrid.
Wow.
But there usually is like a couple hole in ones, but it was like minus 102 or something.
Wow.
No, but my point is like, does TGL need ratings that they need clips, that they need hole in ones?
Yeah. I mean, a hole in one doesn't necessarily, it does create a clip that goes viral. But
I guess it just gets me more like, and I know some people would disagree with me. Like some of the people out there like love TGL, like I'm really in between. I don't love it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
I've never watched it. So I mean, it sounds fun, but like, I'm just there for Sunday at the end of the day, or maybe Saturday is pretty fun, or one of the featured groups on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah. But that's like saying, I don't play video games before video games existed. It's like, dude, well, a lot of people do now play video games, and they like make a lot of money playing them on Twitch. It's like, so it's just interesting. Like, I don't want to be, one of those people that are like stuck in the past. Like I totally think Sims it is kind of cool. It's like a sick video game. You actually hit the ball.
It's a real
you physically do something, and then something happens.
It's
on
like
a screen.
Wii Golf on steroids, because you get to actually take your shot the way you just hit it and go play that game.
Well, especially if it's like TGL, it's like grass sometimes. That
stuff's pretty cool. I think they do a good job based on the stuff I've seen. And it's impressive and well done.
But like, how well can you measure that to be like that's going in this virtual hole?
Have you? I mean, dude, these TrackMan are very, very good to where these pros are getting exactly what's happening with their ball, and then it's just a physics engine that allows it to respond in the way that a golf course would. So like, what's the difference?
Right. But I mean, I could ask you the same thing about like the first video game that's made. Like, it's like, how accurate is this tennis game? It's like, well, no, it is. Like Sega Dreamcast. Like, is this real? Would you be like, yeah, it's real?
No, I mean, I think it's one step towards like a virtual reality where you can start acting in your real world and it responds into something that's digital.
Yeah.
And it's just approaching like the combination of reality and simulation.
Right.
I mean, our videos we've made on Sim is like crazy how affordable it has become. The tech has become so good and cheap that almost anyone can, if they have the space, can make a simulator in their garage.
It's pretty unbelievable, actually, how affordable that has gotten, and it's just getting better and better. It's just getting cheaper and cheaper.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you know what's funny, when we were recording at Oak Creek, we brought the Sim out to the range, and there's literally in the stall, 2 stalls to the right of me, this guy has the $5,000 one.
Oh yeah.
And it's this big fucking box, like as big as this. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, and some guy asked him about it, and he's like, yeah, no, it was $10,000. It was he told him $10,000, and I'm like, and I'm sitting there thinking like, dude, we have the Rapsodo for like, I think it was like,
it's 600
MSRP.
Like,
guess what? Guess in 2 years that'll be cheaper. Like,
yeah.
No, I mean, I couldn't believe, and it, dude, like, is he really getting better data than me? Like, I'm like, no, he just bought it 6 years ago.
Yeah. But
he still has it because, of course, you keep something that costs that much more.
Right.
You better hold on to it.
Well,
you're not going to be able to sell it.
You see a $4,000 launch monitor that's brand new, and on Facebook it's $1,800. So like the value you lose when you try to resell it is like,
those things crazy. Are like on their way.
Yeah,
man.
They're gonna. Everybody will have one on their phone at some point. Like it'll just be built in because it'll be so easy to put these scanners in the back of your iPhone, and it's like why not? Or just a little thing that costs a company $100 to make, they charge $300 for it, and it's.
Oh yeah, I mean it's really amazing though to see. And like one of our posts about Miller's Sim has gotten like so many views, and it's just crazy. I didn't realize how hungry people were out there to build, a budget home sim. And now I realize why. It's because the technology has been moving so fast. It's one of the industries that's going, really fast.
Yeah.
Like it's like a cell phone that's just now becoming accessible.
Yeah, it's so accessible, and it's pretty incredible how accurate they can be with relatively cheap sensors. So
yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah. So but has the Rapsodo made me better at golf yet? That's to be seen.
Right.
Like I don't know if getting that much data, like, because I actually had to get away from it a little bit recently to start feeling a bit more.
Yeah.
Like I was getting too data driven. My handicap started going up. Now I feel like I'm back on my way down because I'm just going, you know what? Okay, we do know that data, but it's like, is that good for you every day?
No.
I don't know. A lot of the pros, some of them, what's interesting when you see on the range, some of them have TrackMans or whatever. Some of them don't.
Yeah. I think it's only useful up to a point. It's useful for very specific things. And I think AI will make all that data usable. Because right now there's too many factors that if you don't know what you're looking at, you're just putting yourself in a dizzy state of like, what am I doing? But with AI, I think it's like, okay, why not make this app, takes all this data in and tells you exactly what's happening and summarize it where you can understand it.
You almost need like a you.
Yeah, well, you definitely need a coach. If you're just buying a simulator or like a...
It needs to come with AI.
Yeah, I think the AI is the next step, where once the product becomes accessible to nearly everyone, which it's almost there, the AI will become your coach. But like you said, it's like this game is way more feel-based, like the wind. Like it's not going to tell you what club to hit in every situation. So
right,
the game will always be challenging, which is what makes it so fun.
100%. I mean, but it is really, it's really great to see where the Sims have, taken us. Right, you can get that feedback. I mean, I think overall it helped me. I'm just going through that kind of, after the fact, stuff that happens. So
you just have to realize this game doesn't happen overnight, and like you have to look in the long term of 6 to 12 months from now.
Jesus, yeah.
And how many rounds are you going to play, and then what are you going to work on?
Right.
Because the mental blocks that you run into are way harder to surpass than the physical ones. The physical ones you can go work with a coach and go figure out exactly what's wrong, but the mental stuff is usually on your own. Nobody can tell you how you're going to respond to adversity on the course. And so it's really more of a matter of sitting with yourself and being like, man, when something bad happened today, what did I do? How did I respond? And then how do I get better at responding to where it doesn't negatively impact your game?
Right. Tell people about your channel, and then what you offer.
Yeah, it's called Try Thinking Deeper, and it really is the main idea about it is trying to find the foundation of people's swings, or my swing in general. And it's really a lesson series where trying to find people who want to work with me and film the full lesson uncut, gets posted on YouTube, and then clips get cut up for Instagram. But Try Thinking Deeper is all about taking your foundational idea and understanding really why it is the way it is, and like what causes what. Because once you understand at an innate level what is actually occurring and what is actually causing the ball to curve right or curve left, once you kind of understand that at a deeper level, you can actually apply it to where it's leading to you making changes that make sense in the long run. Not just like, oh, I'm going to put my hand in this angle and that's helping me. It's like, why do you bow your wrist, or why should you keep it straight? And really having that mentality of foundations first is going to help you understand your game. But yeah, I offer private lessons in Orange County. Right now, the rate is only $50 for about an hour, and have had a few lessons, and it's been great. Usually, it's funny because like after one lesson, somebody makes so much progress that it's very impressive.
Oh, you're a great teacher. It really, you fixed my driver for like the long run.
Yeah, it looks so much better, and you're hitting the center of the face almost every time.
Yeah, 85% of the time.
And it's just like it went from who knows how much it's going to curve to now it's just curving like 15 yards,
it's
maybe
never
20.
Bad, yeah.
Yeah, you hit a lot of fairways today with the driver. It was impressive.
I'm getting distance that I've never had before.
Yeah, the distance is something I focus on because it doesn't... I just get people to actually use their muscles rather than their arms.
Right.
And it's like, it's really simple to explain, but it's hard to make that physiological connection. But I think I have a few methods to, no matter who's there, to help them feel that.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. 100%. Some other news that I want to touch on. This kind of gets into the mainstream, but... No, there's one of the DP World Tour Saudi guys. It was named in the Epstein files. So it's interesting. If you look at those emails, it's really pretty damning, right? Some of the stuff that and there was a picture 3 months ago with like McElroy, Fitzpatrick's in the picture, and the Saudi guys in the back. I mean, I'm not trying to get killed here, talking about this stuff, but it seems, my point is the continued momentum against Liv seems to continue.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we have Patrick Liv leaving, Brooks Koepka leaving. I went to San Diego and followed Brooks. I think he missed the cut at last week at Waste Management. So these Liv guys aren't actually playing that well, but they have large followings for,
Yeah, they're superstars. I mean, they really have the history to say why they're popular.
And Reed's really like this villain almost.
Because he's a cheater.
Right, due to his history. And we can get into that a little more, but he has he got kicked out of like Georgia, one of the Georgia schools, and had to go to a different school because of a bunch of stuff in the locker room was missing. Wow. He had a lot of alcohol problems and stuff, which I don't put that against him, but it's the more on course stuff.
Yeah.
There was reports he got kicked off that first golf team because of reports of like his ball. He would have all of a sudden a good lie. So it's like this guy's fighting. And what's crazy is if you cheat, if you're already good at golf and you cheat, you could be so good.
Right.
Like if I cheat, it doesn't really matter. Like I'm a 10 handicap. It's not going to really help me that much. Like, what am I going to do? Like, get a better lie and then still fuck it up. It's like, but man, if you are good and you're on the other side, of
your morals.
If you're with the devil on that, like, my God. It just, some people argue that that's how he got to it, because realistically that's how it's all comes down to like one or two strokes in those type of games.
It comes down to a very tiny thing, and
like
if
you're good enough where if we just like made a campaign like, we're gonna cheat now. We are gonna cheat, and I'm gonna fucking protect you as much as I can. I'll block you, like whatever. Like we just go, always play and then always cheat. It's like you might be able to make it to the like pretty far.
You can get pretty far,
and then you might get better throughout that because you got into more stuff.
Yeah, you're playing against more competition.
There's people that think Patrick Reed like that's the route he took. I don't necessarily. I'm on the fence on if that is exactly what happened, because maybe he just got, I don't know, maybe everyone cheats and he got. That's the problem. It's like, does everyone cheat a little bit and he got caught, but it seems to be there was a problem.
Yeah.
But how does he win the Masters? It's like that he didn't cheat during that one, but it's like, because he got to there, he was able.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like if I put you in the Masters enough times, maybe you could win it. If you cheated to get there, then it's like, then you just had your good brand. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think.
But either way, he's a villain, and people love that. So he's back. He's going to be on tour. And the Liv just didn't. The ratings have been bad, and I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen with it. And the U.S. seems to keep bringing up 9/11 with the Saudis. Like, it's
wow.
They keep replaying this clip of the old PGA commissioner being like, I know someone in the towers, and it's like, you can't argue that,
No.
It's a weird one, sports washing, right? I mean, you could have a whole podcast on sports washing, like talking about those concepts. It's everyone kind of does it. Like the Olympics is kind of that too. Like, it's like, can sports wash out our sins? And it's like, well, why? Yes, it can.
Yeah, it can remove things for sure.
Right, because everyone likes to see a guy do skeleton and like win. It's like, that's pretty cool, man. We don't really care that your country did XYZ.
That's a good point. Yeah, for some reason we love watching people perform their best. That's why watching Scotty can be really fun. But it's just funny when like this week he shoots only like 1 under. Or I don't even know what he shot today, but
let's check. That's a great point.
It's just wild when we have such high expectations of certain people that we
even. My God.
So 10 shots off the lead
for 62.
Yeah, it's because it's a signature event.
I knew he wasn't going to do well at Pebble, though, for whatever reason. This course just isn't, it involves a little more, it's not just like scoring necessarily.
Yeah. No, I don't think it fits him.
I mean, you've played Pebble, so you tell me. But
yeah, I mean,
how does someone shoot even there?
I haven't played Pebble Beach, but I would imagine.
Oh, you've played MPCC
and Spyglass.
And Spyglass, okay.
And Poppy Hills. I mean, the hills that you deal with there are just like, it's just ocean.
Where other courses in like,
Yeah, Arizona. I mean,
Iowa.
Washington. I'm sorry, not the Washington. The Waste Management is like a flat Arizona course, other than, just like built up stuff.
Right.
So like he's gonna do well at anything that's.
Well, what's funny is Torrey is kind of flat in a weird way too.
Yeah, it's
San
mostly
Diego
flat.
doesn't have mountains by the ocean.
No, it's just like a plateau out by the ocean.
But it doesn't go to the the sand and back up.
Not at all. So it really, I just don't think it fits his eye. So it makes sense that he's not performing well.
Yeah,
so I hope.
I was never gonna take that bet.
No, nobody was. The value wasn't there.
But.
Plus 300 or something like that to win. That's crazy.
Oh, these odds are crazy. I know. And that's what's so amazing about back in the day when Tiger, he could win anywhere, any play. Like it was, he had all types of game. So, but it's to be seen. I mean, we could have said this last week about Scheffler when he was +2.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was in the same place. He was like maybe higher than 62.
Yeah, there's a lot of holes left, but it's just, when other guys are shooting 6 under, it's hard to say, okay, he's going to shoot 6 under tomorrow and those guys are going to shoot even.
Yeah. Yes and no, because a lot of them can't sleep on a lead, but then he can just come out firing. But I do feel like the Monterey Peninsula is the Monterey Peninsula.
Yeah.
And it's like you either got it or you don't got it. I don't think it's a place like the desert where you can just wake up the next day and all of a sudden perform.
No, the conditions will kill you, and it's a subtle,
and they're only going to get worse.
And it's Central California where it's like it doesn't take a break. It just goes. It's just hard.
It's fucking brutal. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it gets worse, then
it is getting worse. Probably.
Yeah. Then it's anyone's game at this point.
But you would rather be -10 going into that.
Yeah, definitely. You'd rather have that like bonus as if it's the FedEx Cup where you start with a 2-stroke lead because you have the number 1 points, which I don't think they do that anymore. They change that thing every
they don't
2 years.
It's not like that anymore. I mean, you're looking way ahead, to be honest, about
well, I'm just saying that's what it's like after round 1.
Yes.
It's like you get your pre-seeded and now it's kind of how do you reset and start from day 1? I have no idea.
But he did it in Arizona, which is crazy.
Yeah, he almost
was down
won
a lot.
Yep,
and almost won that, which is insane. But it just wasn't enough, as you said in his post-round interview.
1 stroke off. That's crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. So it's right now it's Thursday night when we're recording this, so we don't really know where this tournament's going to go. It is a signature event. It is a pro-am. But good old Pebble Beach, man,
beautiful.
It's nice that they're the California swing. You gotta appreciate that. The California swing, gotta love that. But yeah, guys, check out the new hats. Andrew's wearing the new hat right now. This thing is sweet, super comfy.
Yeah, super comfy.
Yeah, that's the most comfortable hat I've worn, honestly. But yeah, check out golfinthecosmos.com. That's where you can get your merch. That's the best way to support us, everyone. If you can, we don't have ads right now, but if you can buy our merch from our site, that would be the best way to support us. And you'll get a nice hat too. So, especially this hat. This one's like super comfortable. It's no BS on that. We also got some sticker packs coming out, some cashmere sweaters. Get all that. Check out the new video on YouTube, the OG match. You can also check out where we put some new clips up of the microdose challenge with Siggy. That one's pretty funny. That one's starting to go viral too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So, and shout out to all the new listeners. Shout out to the listeners at the Costa Mesa bar that we met today. Those guys were great. Thanks for the subscribe, guys. We love you all. Thanks so much. And we will see you next week from the beautiful island of Hawaii. We'll be in Oahu next week, running the pod from there. So enjoy.
Sweet.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right, here we go. The spaceman looks across the ocean line. His space boots holds him down, but the river has run dry. The radio and let me spaceman find. Here we go. Now we've been gone so far from home. We've been gone so far from spaceman. Now we've been gone so far from you. Na na na. Now we've been gone so far from spaceman. Give him the sweetest sounding bass, na na na, and then the voices in his head started to play. Summertime, the living's easy, na na na. It's just that time of year when it's single day, na na na. And we've been gone so far from home. And we've been gone so far from home.